Okay, so we're going to look at the new scene in binocular suppression for exploring conflict in alternating strabismus. If we go in there in the community app, you'll come into the standard scene,
Eyes in conflict,
which works for regular strabism, where you find the ratio at which you can see both sets of images overlapping. And what we're going to do now, if you have a Bluetooth keyboard attached, we're going to enter into the microcontroller sort of hidden control elements by holding the up key, W, for 4 seconds until it says
entering direct camera edit mode. Scroll up or down for options.
So we just hit up to scroll off the top of the list and hit the bottom.
Asset swap.
Press E, which is usually OK, to enter asset swap, select it.
Asset swap available.
And now we can move with the up and down keys, W and X, through all the different assets, packs. Yeah, in this case we've got triangles.
Swapping
this
asset.
Is the new scene. And now the interesting thing in this scene is that we've also included code specific to this asset that makes it dynamic. So press E to select it.
Leaving direct camera edit mode.
So now, as I look left, these luminance panels disappear off to the outside and they halt there. And if I look right, they come in to the center. So what I can do is that they're kind of off-white. Maybe they need to be even more whitish. Looking at it like this, I'll be able to see where I see impossible colors, as in in those grids where I see which of those colors. So the left eye is likely to see blue at the extreme edges in sort of columns 0 to 3 perhaps, and the right eye is going to see yellow in columns, for example, 6 to 9. That could be noted down. What happens in the central regions, so cyan 5 to 9 or yellow 0 to 4, obviously I've just realized actually I should probably have the horizontal axes both starting at 0 in the center. It's easy to change that. Is going to be worth describing what happens there in the conflict zone. And you can experiment with what happens if there is a lot of luminance in the conflict zone or no luminance in the conflict zone. And if you're moving into the conflict zone or moving with the luminance out of the conflict zone. I think all these things are going to be relevant. And by looking up and down, you can still combine the relative luminance. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a situation where you not only understand more so that you can explain to us more about how panorama vision and alternating strabismus works in the conflict zone, we're trying to find a reliable way, if you choose one fixing eye, to set that luminance ratio. Maybe that only works when only the conflict zone is illuminated, for example, so that you get a ratio that's really useful for you when you're trying to set the misalignment angle in one of the following scenes. A bit of blather that really, perhaps not so well explained, but it's a starting point. And I'll do another video in a bit to go through the code so you can see actually it's really simple, thanks to the framework, to modify this and adapt this and make your own cases. Thank you.